Yeah, we in motion.
I don't understand why you even did this to yourself. This made you look so fucking stupid.
What the fuck is it? You know what the fuck it is, who it is. Ayo, Bleezy in this mug. And I'm gonna talk about some shit that you wanna hear about. You already fucking know.
Well, duh.
Now, in this video, I'm finna talk to you about souls and reincarnation. Right, cause that shit is that's some heavy shit to talk about. It's gonna get kinda deep.
We are in deep shit.
You're gonna be thinking a whole lot. And I don't know when you're gonna be seeing this, if it's gonna be before my dimensions video or after my dimensions video, or before my astrological ages video or after my astrological ages video. But either way, you need to go check out both of them motherfuckers when I drop them. All this shit that I'm saying on this motherfucker, it all ties together. But for this shit, you obviously want to realize or get hip on your soul, right? So that's exactly what we're gonna talk about. You see this motherfucking black book? From now on, I'm calling this bitch the Death Note.
I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
Now I got my fucking Death Note with me. Got all that fucking secret sauce in it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta grab your blank, motherfucking get ready to get hip about your motherfucking soul. Cause it's finna get fucking deep, man.
I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Alright, so before I really start talking about reincarnation and shit, I gotta really talk about what the fuck is a soul. Cause that's what you have to understand, right? My bad, I got fucking cotton mouth. But you need to understand what the fuck a soul is if we're gonna talk about coming back again or motherfucking being here on Earth and all that other shit, right? So I think I got a pretty good way to describe what the fuck a soul is, or your personal essence, you know what I'm saying? So my little definition of a soul is a higher dimensional energy form of us, you know what I'm saying? Our soul is not on the third dimension, you know what I'm saying? It's higher than us because our soul is something that we cannot touch. It's not tangible. We as humans are just a physical representation of our soul, you know what I'm saying? Our soul is a piece of the total creator energy, you know what I'm saying? So you know how motherfuckers be talking about the Big Bang Theory. So the way the Big Bang Theory works is if there's energy that come out into the world and shit, and it made humans and shit, or it made whatever, it made all matter and shit, all our soul is an individual piece of that energy that created everything that we know or can think about, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's higher than our fucking body, you know what I'm saying? Our soul is also a collection of our individual motherfucking previous incarnations here on Earth and wherever the fuck we incarnated, you know what I'm saying? So when you're thinking about your soul, you can't just think about you right now in 2020. You got to think about you in your past life, you in your future life, you outside of this fucking world, this solar system, this galaxy, this whole dimension, you know what I'm saying? This is a collection of all of the experiences and lives that you've ever had, right? And your soul is what connects you from the spiritual world or in the higher dimensions and shit to the physical world, you know? This life, this reality, whatever the fuck you seeing, whatever you feeling in this life, you know what I'm saying? So this life is just a small ass piece of your soul because it's just one part of all the previous lives that you may have lived, right? And I'm gonna get into that because I'm gonna talk about the different types of souls. But your soul is also motherfucking like your guide for this reality or in this life, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this is just one piece of your entire soul. So you're connected to this life, you're connected to this reality, you're connected to whatever. And your soul guides you because every life there's a purpose for, right? And your soul wants to help you with your life purpose, basically, or to gain experience from this life. That's what your soul is here for. So you're always connected to your soul, and it's like your guide. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on. I'm gonna get into the different types of souls that there are. Right? Well, not even all the types of souls, but I'm gonna talk about the 3, I guess, main type of human souls. Right? There are probably way more than I could even know. You know, it's all about a process. I'm telling you what I do know right now on this fucking day. You know what I'm saying?
You guys, I'm like really smart now.
Get here. The first soul I'm gonna talk about is Earth souls. Alright. Earth souls are just basically regular ass motherfuckers, you know. These are the motherfuckers that incarnate or reincarnate through ancestral bloodlines and shit. So, say for instance, you got a motherfucker that's human and shit. Their soul is based off of everybody in their ancestry. You know what I'm saying? They're the more scientifically evolved souls, you know. They flow pretty straight, you know. Ain't no special pizzazz in that shit. Now, these human souls, these earth souls and shit, they really don't come out the gate default spiritual and shit. Like, these souls are the souls that have to learn about spirituality and tap into it for their own self. You know what I'm saying? They have to make their soul get on that higher frequency, higher dimension, higher whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's already natural for them or something that easily gravitates into their purpose, into their life. You know what I'm saying? So they can get this spiritual ability and they can get all the benefits of being spiritual and get into the higher dimensions and all that other shit, but it's not natural. You know what I'm saying? They have to put work into it. The next type of soul I'm gonna talk about is Starseeds, right? And then I'm gonna talk about something else called a Lightworker. All right. So, a Starseed soul, it's about 10 different types of them, right? Give or take, right? Depending on who you go to, who you ask, there could be more, but those people that say more could have some weird ass reasons, right? So I'm gonna say there's 10, and I'm gonna tell you why I say there's 10. All of these Starseeds, right? These are souls that originate from either another galaxy or another planet, right? Just somewhere outside of this motherfucking world. You know what I'm saying? Their soul incarnates onto Earth, which is I have some theories as to why people incarnate on Earth specifically, but I'm not even gonna get into it right now. So there are about 10 different starseeds. I'm gonna do a whole nother video about all the starseeds. They all have different, you know, qualities for all the different starseeds and shit. They're like families, I guess you could say, but they incarnate, so they, you know, they have traits in people, or people have common traits when they're a starseed, or if they are from a starseed energy. You know what I'm saying? So there's 3 newer ones. I say the new era starseeds and shit. These are called Indigo, Crystal, and Rainbow. I wish they had some cooler names, but that's just what they're called. And basically what these are just starseeds that originated around the 70s, I guess you could say. And these are just energies that are more driven to bring the whole world on a higher vibration. That's what starseeds do. That's their purpose. All starseeds have their mission for incarnation, for being born, I guess you could say. So they're all driven, you know what I'm saying? Like, they all have a purpose of bringing awareness to this world in a spiritual way, you know what I'm saying? They trying to bring the vibrations of Earth people, of the whole Earth, on a higher vibration, you know what I'm saying? So starseeds, since they came from motherfucking space type shit, you know what I'm saying? They could have came from another galaxy, could have came from another planet, but not necessarily a physical being, or some of they ass could have been physical beings. So I'm gonna do a whole nother video on this shit. But basically what I'm saying is, because they have existed in the space world before, they have lived multiple lives. So the people that are starseeds and shit, they might have flashbacks and dreams of motherfucking them on a whole nother world looking shit, you know what I'm saying? Or have a natural fondness for space and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That's basically why they have motherfucking multiple incarnations and motherfucking remember that shit, you know what I'm saying? Or that's why they can remember that shit. But they all starseeds have a purpose. So then you have motherfucking Lightworker souls or Lightbringer souls. And these are very similar to Starseeds, right? Lightbringer souls incarnate with the sole purpose of bringing light to this world. So Starseeds had the energy or incarnate to motherfucking raise the world's vibration. Lightworkers want to bring light to the world. Pretty vague, I'm already knowing, but that's the way it is, you know what I'm saying?
I said, no, what?
Lightworkers incarnate to bring light to the world. They have always been connected to their higher purpose. This is where I'm going to start naming the differences. They have always been connected to their higher purpose. When they incarnate, they know very well inside of their self, in their chakras, whatever you want to say, that they are meant for a special purpose, you know what I'm saying? They have motherfucking special abilities that nobody on earth has, you know what I'm saying? They've always known this, but they might not have always known exactly what, like, word for word they finna do in their life, because, you know, nobody can think that far, and weird shit happen all the time, unless you motherfucking came out the gate with your third eye straight open, never closed that motherfucker. But that's pretty hard, because we be sipping on that fucking fluoride and shit, but that's just that.
Fuck that.
But like I said, they're very similar to Starseeds, but another difference is they don't have a planet or a galaxy attached, right? They just incarnate from that higher dimension with the sole purpose of bringing light to this world, right? Like I said, these personalities are one-on-one motherfuckers. They know their purpose, and people that meet these light workers and shit, they know, oh, that motherfucker ain't nobody else on earth. Starseeds, you'll say, it's people, they're one-on-one and shit too, but they're similar to other people, you know what I'm saying? These light workers ain't nobody on earth like these bitches, you know what I'm saying? These might be some celebrities, not all of them, you know, but definitely the light workers are the one-on-ones. You never meet these people again, you know what I'm saying? So you might want to find a fucking light worker and chill with their ass, because they gonna bring some light, you know what I'm saying? So next, so that was just motherfucking talking about the different souls that incarnate onto the earth, you know what I'm saying? The three main ones. So now I'm gonna talk about soul contracts. And a soul contract is basically what your soul, so imagine, right, we're on earth, right? You got earth here, and then we're humans on this motherfucker, right? So our soul is above, outside, whatever you want to say, outside of earth, outside the solar system, outside all the shit that we can see, right? It's on another dimension, right? So our souls, depending on which motherfucker, how high or whatever, I'll do a whole nother video specifically on souls and their function with dimensions and shit. But depending on whichever dimension your soul has the capability of reaching, you know what I'm saying, then depends on how you're going to incarnate onto the earth. And it also depends on motherfucking, like, it also influences your soul contract, you know what I'm saying? So what is your soul contract, right? So when you're in this higher dimension and shit, as your soul, all the previous past lives and shit, and the reason why I say depending on your soul and this dimension and shit, because if you haven't experienced all the motherfucking experiences that you need to have to move on to the higher dimensions and shit, then you're gonna keep reincarnating on earth, right? So I'm gonna talk about the soul contract. Soul contract is what your soul makes before it incarnates or reincarnates, whatever your soul is or whatever it does and shit, right? And your soul contract is basically in order to incarnate or reincarnate on Earth, you have to forget all your past lives. You have to motherfucking forget your mission. You have to forget everything that you ever known, right? During the motherfucking stages of birth, right? When you literally go from nothing to something, right? During that stage of you lowering your soul into the third dimension and shit, and becoming a part of the third dimension through birth and shit, in the womb and shit, you forget everything from the higher dimensions and shit. You see what I'm saying? So as you're in the womb and shit, because you become a lower dimension, you become a person of the third dimension, right? Because you're a physical person now instead of something higher than physical, a physical being. Then you forget all of the shit from that higher dimension, right? So you forget all that shit, just to start a new life, or a new human body, right? A new experience and shit. And the purpose is to relearn all that shit from your past life, or it could be the purpose of your soul, right? If you depending on the starseeds, depending that each starseed has a purpose and shit. Or if you could be a light worker, you know, your purpose is to bring light. So you forget all that shit, and you have to relearn all that shit just to relearn your purpose and do it, right? You have to right, if you're an earth soul, not even an earth soul, right? If you're just a motherfucking, a regular soul, right? Then your purpose is to reincarnating until you capture the full experience of being human, you know what I'm saying? Until you get as much experience as your soul needs to understand, right? You know what I'm saying? Just to understand the full human experience, right? You're gonna reincarnate until you get what being human fully is, right? I'm gonna keep going. So our soul contract, when we sign it, it forms our reality, right? Because when we sign it, we during this soul contract, we get basically a full description of what our life is gonna be. So you can't be mad at your fucking life now, because your soul picked it, right? Your soul wanted to live your life just so it could experience your life, you know what I'm saying? All this shit just happened. My camera died. It was a fucking spider on my fucking shit. But anyway, we finna get back to it.
Oh my God! Wow!
So, where the fuck did I leave off? Huh? That's the question for you. Your soul contract, motherfucking, can be broken. And as you're living in shit, basically when your soul contract goes out, you can die. But if you change your soul contract, it can change your fate, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not living for your purpose. Now you can get back on it, and then you can, do the shit, but it's all up to you, right? You gotta find out your purpose and then live your purpose. Now, we're gonna move on to reincarnation, you know what I'm saying? Reincarnation. Now, like I'm saying, before I tell you what the fuck all this shit is, I gotta get you hip on an actual definition. And I'm gonna get you hip on the best definition that you will ever hear for reincarnation. Reincarnation is when a soul physically manifests into a reality, more specifically ours, because that's what we're talking about, for the second or more time, you know what I'm saying? So basically, your soul, something that is not physical, you know what I'm saying, it lowers itself down into our reality and shit. So say for instance you have a higher soul, right? It's on the motherfucking 8th dimension, 7th dimension, whatever the fuck you want to have, and it lowers back down into this 3-dimensional world and shit, right? You're gonna manifest into this motherfucking physical reality, right? And if you're reincarnating, it's happening for the second or more time. If you're incarnating, that's your first time and shit, right? Now, I'm gonna give you some facts about this shit, and I'm gonna wrap it up, because you finna be hip on some shit, and then you can go learn some more shit, you know what I'm saying? So, So as I was just saying this shit, depending on your soul, I would say souls have to be at the 5th dimension or higher, or at the very least on the 4th dimension. Because I'm gonna explain it. Now, souls, they have to be at least, I'm gonna say, just for the purpose of the video, on the 5th dimension on some shit, right? Because at that point you're knowing all possibilities and shit. For this life, right? But so you lower down. That's crazy. So whatever soul you have to lower back down into this physical world, into this 3-dimensional world, right? And if you don't know why that is, go watch my video about the first dimensions and shit. That's already out. But the way that shit work is basically you live in a motherfucking 3D world. That's all I gotta say. So if your souls are higher than the motherfucking 3rd dimension and shit, then obviously you're gonna have to dumb yourself down to be in this motherfucker, because you can't even understand the higher shit. Your eyes can't even understand the 3D world. You know what I'm saying? We have 2D eyes, but we live in a 3D world. That's all I'm gonna say. So if you're reincarnating, that means you're coming back to life again, or coming back to, I shouldn't say coming back to life, coming back to Earth, or coming back to a 3-dimensional experience again. Then that means there's a purpose. Because I'm gonna tell you this, you're either here for a mission, you're here to experience some shit, the full experience, either full human experience or some shit, and get some cool points for your soul, or motherfucking bring light to this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Bring light to this physical world, you know what I'm saying? Your soul's purpose is to bring light to this incarnative world, you know what I'm saying? And your soul or your spirit is always going to be with you on this purposeful journey, you know what I'm saying? So that's a cool thing. You get to know that your soul's kind of looking over you and shit if you're reincarnating. Yeah, so if you're a being of a motherfucking higher dimension, like I said, the 7th, 8th, you know, I say those are higher dimensions and shit. 6 and 5, those are still high. I'm not gonna fake it, but that's not what I'm talking about. If you're one of those higher dimensions, like a Pleiadian or motherfucking one of those motherfuckers in the higher dimensions and shit, and you reincarnate on the earth and shit, then your reality is gonna be changed, right? Because you're gonna have a natural, you're gonna be born with natural abilities that other lower souls are not born with. You know what I'm saying? And these don't, well, I'm not going to say won't be, but these don't have to be necessarily physical abilities, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to be, oh, you're going to be born with $1 million. That's a man-made thing. That's not a higher dimensional thing. You're going to be born with higher dimensional skills, you know what I'm saying? Or your spirit is going to guide your, if you fucking with your spirit and your soul and shit, your spirit is going to help you out, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be your motherfucking ride or die ace boom coon with this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? If you fucking with yourself, and if you fucking with your spirit, and if you meditating, and if you aligning yourself physically in this place, you know what I'm saying? They gonna fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? And also with that, your contract, your soul contract determines your motherfucking experience as well. That'll determine like your personality and, you know what I'm saying, some of the shit that I said before. It'll determine you, your personality, what you go through, some of that shit. Because you have a purpose for coming back in this too. You have a couple things that you got to do on this motherfucker. If you have a motherfucking a higher purpose, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that higher purpose. Some people just here to live, you know what I'm saying? That's what I got to say. But it is some people that, so white people, you can't be starseeds. And they said y'all are probably Pleiadian. Some of y'all, not all of y'all. Some of y'all. Some of y'all is reptilian. That's some whole other shit, you know. it get deep into this shit. I'm gonna do a video on that shit. I'm still learning my damn self, but when I learn this shit, I'm gonna get you here, right? But I fuck with some of y'all. That's why I said some of y'all, cause I can't fuck with all y'all, motherfuckers. Some of y'all start doing some weird shit when y'all come on Earth. Y'all start doing that Freemason shit. Y'all start doing that slave shit. I can't get jiggy with all that. You know what I'm saying?
Hell to the no, no. Hell no.
But we're gonna keep it pushing. So there are multiple methods for reincarnating. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say this, like, Egyptians, they were already on that shit before they got wiped out, or before they teachings got wiped out and shit by Romans and shit. So basically what happened was Egyptians was already way ahead of shit, way ahead of shit spiritually, or at least trying to tap back into shit spiritually, cause we lost it before Egypt, and Egypt shit was trying to tap back into it, and they was going full steam ahead of that shit, and they was making progress, hella fucking progress. So the shit they was making progress on was medicine, astrology, and motherfucking reincarnation and shit. And what they was doing was they was trying to motherfucking, some of their kings and shit, some of the higher people, they was trying to bury their ass for the afterlife and shit. And then they was also trying to get their ass to come back and be reborn into a better body, you know what I'm saying? So that shit is, they was trying to at least work on their shit, you know what I'm saying? Well, it was weird. They was trying to hack it, I'd say. Like, they was trying to motherfucking, your spirit go back to afterlife and then instantly be reborn soon as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Whether that be some years down the line or in somebody grandbaby, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they believed, and that's what they was trying to get on, you know what I'm saying? And shit, they was making some progress with this shit, you know what I'm saying? So there are multiple methods for reincarnation, and that's my sole reason for saying it, just because the Egyptians was on that shit, and also because there are different souls and soul types and shit. Anyway, I was thinking about, do all people have souls? And I'm gonna say this after doing a little bit of research. Yes, all people have souls, right? Because and I'm gonna say that the reason why I say this, right? Because you're in a three-dimensional world, right? But I'm gonna say this: not all souls have purposes, and not all souls are I'm gonna say regular, in the sense that they behave like other souls. You know what I'm saying? Like they have like, I'm gonna say there's a type of soul which you would think, like, say for instance you met a person where you would say they don't have a soul, they're just a lifeless individual. I would say those people who you say don't have a soul, they soul is they tendency to not have a soul. That's just what I gotta say about that. But fuck out of here. But to wrap it up, I'm gonna talk about your soulmates and your twin flames, because when you reincarnate, you can reincarnate with other people that you know, other people that you fuck with, other people that not even other people, other souls, right? Because, or even the same soul, right? So what is your fucking soulmate? Your soulmate is basically a soul that you love. It doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. It can be a friend, you know what I'm saying? And your soulmate or your soulmate group, you know what I'm saying? Those people, what they do is they have a very significant role in your life. Those souls chose to reincarnate with you at in this particular reality, you know what I'm saying? So these souls attract towards you and shit so y'all can contribute and bring together a positive life, you know what I'm saying? These is what you know as your close friends, you know. Other soul, or they might even be called a twin flame. I'm gonna get into that. But your soulmates or soulmates, you know what I'm saying? They basically make you happy. You love these souls. They're dearing to you, and they serve a significant, y'all mutually serve a significant purpose in each other's life, you know what I'm saying, for long periods of time. They don't have to be throughout your whole life. Some might not be. Depends on their soul's purpose for incarnation and shit, your soul's purpose for incarnation, all that shit, you know what I'm saying. But y'all basically fuck with each other so much that y'all decided to come here together. Simple. Y'all was like, hey, y'all trying to go to Earth in 2020? Fuck it. Now your twin flame. This is kind of interesting. So this is what I would say is more like what we think is a soulmate, because this is one soul in two bodies and shit. Now this can be, if you're attracted to them, this is your soulmate type shit, because y'all have the same, well, not even this is your soulmate, because if you have a bad soul and you're trying to learn your lesson, then both souls, your soul came here to learn two lessons at the same time and shit. They had to learn a lesson. They had to learn a fat ass lesson, you know what I'm saying? So your twin flame is one soul, your same soul, in two different bodies and shit. There's a fat ass squirrel eating a fat ass nut and is looking at me. What's up, little bitch? Damn, that motherfucker almost fell. But your twin flame is you. So y'all came here at the same, or you came here in multiple ways. It can be more than, if you have a fat ass soul, then you can have multiple twin flames. You can have probably 4. I'm not gonna say, I'd say 3. Probably not more than 3 bodies, because that's a lot of experience to have at the same time. That's a whole lot. But if your soul can handle it and you have purpose here, then that's you. But your soul, your collective soul in these 2 different bodies, you know what I'm saying, linked together to form your soul's purpose, you know what I'm saying, on this earth, you know what I'm saying. So you're gonna get the massive experience that you've been looking for, you dig? Like I said, it can be a small collective and shit, right? It could be, like, I wouldn't say it could be like your soulmate group. It could be more than that, but it's you, right? You have the exact same soul, and you're trying to learn multiple experiences, and you link together to live your life's purpose, you know what I'm saying? That's my video, and it's 47 on my fucking phone. That's my fucking video for you. Ayo, Bleezy. Drop a 47 in the motherfucking comment if you made it this far. And let me know what you want to know. Let me know if you want to know about them Starseeds. Let me know if you want to know about them rainbow children. Let me know if you want to know about the motherfucking higher dimensions. That's on the way for real. I might record that right now. And let me know. Just let me know. You know, because if you got a question, I'm going to do some research on it. I'm going to get you hip. I'm going to get you hip on some facts, you know what I'm saying? If it's in this motherfucking Death Note, then it's that fucking factual shit. Why the fuck niggas always trying to do some shit over here? I don't fucking know. But I'm going to end it while it's at this 47 shit. I'll catch you later. It's Ayo Bleezy. Fuck you, bitch.